was today years old when I learned white women got so jealous of how black women, how beautiful they were in the UK, and they got a law passed to make black women cover their heads with scarves.
So y'all seriously got some sort of script against a white woman. You just be getting on here not knowing your history at all and just lying and shit, right? Just to attack the white woman for whatever reason, man. I'm telling y'all, they need to get a life, yeah. Now, this is humiliatingly embarrassing, man, because you hate the white woman so much that you didn't even take the time to do the research, right? There's plenty of research that you can look up to find many times where white women have disrespected or oppressed BLK women, but you hate them so much you didn't even do your real research. Why didn't you delete the video, bro? This is embarrassing, bro. Now I'm gonna help her out a bit because I don't hate white people enough to just sit there and just upload a video without doing my research. But the law she's talking about is the Tignon Law in Louisiana's Creole culture. Back in the day, they used to have women of African descent cover their hair because they were trying to subvert the potential noticing of them by merchants and people who wanted to do business, right? So they wanted to be able to make sure that YT people were looked at as the dominant and as the top. And by covering the hair of women of African descent, they were able to pretty much, push them off to the side. Like, yeah, these people aren't important. You don't need to focus on them. And one thing she forgot to mention was that a lot of these women were actually of mixed race descent, right? Because of Creole culture, there was a lot of mixing. So a lot of these women would be quote unquote mulatto, right? They were extremely gorgeous and extremely beautiful, right? And people were going to focus a lot on them, right? So they had them cover their hair because they looked very exotic, right? And they didn't want, rich people to be attracted to them, right? That's why they did it. So that part is very important. The fact that they were mulatto. So during this time, a lot of free women of color, aka black women, were actually becoming very financially successful, right, within their own right, regardless of, Jim Crow, slavery, and everything like that, right? So it was a lot of jealousy that was going on, and these women were extremely beautiful. And if you know anything about America, sex sells. So if you're beautiful and a good businesswoman, you're gonna get the business. So they had to cover her up and get her out of the way. And on top of that, we already know the white men of this time era, they loved playing with the black woman. They loved having sex with the black woman, right? So the YT woman, his wife, she knew this, right? So that's another reason they had to cover up the hair, because she was jealous of the black woman that, her husband was going to end up running off with her. So they, that's another reason. They said, yeah, cover your hair and get the hell out of the way. So it was a lot of jealousy from the YT woman. This was, first of all, this is common knowledge in black America. But if you didn't know this, it was very easy to research. Don't ever make us look stupid like that again, man.